What's going on, Bond fans? Jeff Weibel here with James Bond Canada, and this is part 2 of the George Lazenby talk that he gave at the Washington International Spy Museum, and we just wanted to get you guys here to see it all from my perspective. I was sitting in that chair. I took it with my iPhone, so make sure to comment down below how horrible the camera work was, but holding it up the whole time was very difficult anyways. But here's part 2. I really think you guys are gonna enjoy this part. There's a lot of really unique questions that get asked to George. It's one of his better interviews you're ever gonna see. Make sure to comment down below what you guys loved, and like and subscribe on this channel, and let me know in the comment section what you guys want to see more. I will be seeing George upcoming in Switzerland and Portugal at the end of May, getting into early June, so make sure you guys are following me on the Instagram account, which I'll link below, so that you guys can stay up to date in the Bond action. And obviously it's a Bond 25 years, so it's gonna be a lot of stuff going on. Well, it's coming up in 2020, but within the year we'll have the movie. So stick around for part 2 and enjoy.
But it's not fun doing them. And so that was the end of that. Anyway, any questions?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a really packed room, but we do have a microphone right here at the front. If you are able to battle your way to the microphone, if you can, yeah. Or if I can hear it, I can repeat it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Quick question, George. Do you have any of the toys or anything left from the film that you were in?
No, what happened was I had about 5 suitcases full of clothes because I had copies of everything. I had skis that were made especially for George Lazenby written on them and all that stuff. And I was cluttering up the hallway where I was living with this beautiful lady I happened to have a baby with and got married to. But she started to get a little bossy, you know, and she wanted me to clean up the hallway. And I said, it's all right, just leave them there, they're fine. And I came home one day and they're all gone. I said, where are they? Where's all my suitcases and stuff? She said, you don't use them, I gave them the Salvation Army. I sold a suit for about $25,000 the other day. Yeah, they just call me, you sell things. But anyway, that's just part of the draw. Yes?
Last question. Name one Bond movie other than On Your Majesty's Secret Service that you would have loved to have been a part of.
What part?
Like, you know, what's one other Bond movie that you really love watching?
Well, I was in love with the Bond movies up until I had to work on one. Dr. No was great. That was the first one. I saw them all. Goldfinger, From Russia with Love.
What do you think of Daniel Craig's films?
I've not seen it.
Check them out, they're pretty good.
Well, I don't believe that.
Thanks so much, George. You're on.
Hi George, I have a quick question for you. So I saw your documentary Becoming Bond and I absolutely loved it. But as many people know, movies don't cover the full detail of a story. Can we expect a memoir at all in the future?
There's one that the guy's been making in Australia. This never happened to the other fellow, it's called. But it's never, he's been making it for about 15 years. I don't know when it's going to come out, but it was, it's pretty, he's got a lot of detail in there.
Really?
A bit frightening, yeah.
I sure like to read it. And I have one more question too. I know you're a fan of tennis, correct?
Not particularly. I used to get drunk with John Newcomb back in
I read somewhere that you love tennis. I just wanted to know if you had a favorite tennis player.
If you want?
If you had a favorite tennis player.
Favorite? Yeah, but someone's married to her. I ain't gonna say a name.
Thank you so much, George.
Cheers. Uh-oh.
First of all, huge honor. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I don't actually have to ask the first part of my question since you just answered it, that you have not watched any of the Bond films since you starred in it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so if you had to pick one gadget in any of the films that you have seen, which one would you pick?
A gadget? Jesus.
Gadget, weapon.
You want to
however you wanna
rebreathe it?
label it.
Huh? I never use gadgets. I'm not into
Gadget or a weapon, whatever way you would label it.
No, I'd probably, I could use an Aston Martin or something.
Amen.
Yeah.
That's right, it's a little tall. So my question is also about the documentary Becoming Bond. I just watched it last night. It's amazing. And I was wondering if you wouldn't mind talking a little more about what your experience was like revisiting your experience with the franchise through the documentary and what it was like making the documentary Becoming Bond. Thanks.
Becoming Bond was easy. I just had lunch 4 times with these guys, and they paid me and bought the lunch. And so I couldn't lose. And then I went to see it, and people were shocked that it was good. And it's one of those things. It's all true. You know, I can't tell lies because I can't remember. I can remember truth, but I can't remember lies. And so it's, people, I have lied, but when people ask me a question about something I lied about, I can't remember. So if it's the truth, I can, oh yeah, I remember that.
Hi George, I'm April. In spite of my accent, I'm an Australian citizen representing the Embassy of Australia. This question is...
Can I go back now?
This is for Australians. So, in your time, you were a trailblazer. But can you comment on why so many Australian actors today are so successful overseas?
Because of me.
I'm also technically representing Australia, even though I'm not Australian.
You'd never know it.
Fair enough. My question is, James Bond has always embodied this type of suave and arrogance and sexuality. If James Bond was to ever reincarnate himself as a female, what types of characteristics would that female encompass in order to be something like 007?
You can do it, I know it.
Do you want to sit?
Yeah, that's a tough question. I mean, she'd have to be seductive, and she'd have to not be afraid of getting information any way she could. Oh dear. No, I don't know. A female James Bond, I think that it's becoming that way in life. The way women are starting to take over the world. But it's not a bad thing. It's just that it's different. You know, I was raring to go in the 60s and 70s. I had to hide out sometimes, but nowadays it's the other way around. You poor guys. You should have been back in the 60s. But, that's just society, the way it turns around. You get the Victorian era, and then you get the hippie era. How can you compare? I mean, they're totally different. And you just got to go with the flow. And I think that if she was a spy, I'd just tell her not to get caught.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello. So I was wondering, you were talking about how you didn't have acting experience going into the movie. What was it like for you working with Telly Savalas and Diana Rigg?
Well, here I go bragging again. I remember Diana Rigg and I were going to have, I wouldn't say, we didn't have an affair. We might down the road. She said, I don't mess around with any of the other girls. And I didn't. I was with the receptionist at the hotel at the time. And I was in the stunt tent, because there's a lot of mattresses in there, you know. And the bloody stunt man, Diana's walking up the path, and the stunt man lifted the side of the tent up. And here I am, fully fledged into it. And I said, hi. And she went, and that was the end of our affair. We never got there, but what was the question? Now Telly, he was cool. Peter Hunt told Telly, whatever you can teach the boy, teach him. and we did a scene together. And it was one where I had to throw a knife or something into a thing, and I was better than the knife thrower. Of course, I was a champion dart player before, but I came in and shook with the knife, and I'd give the light, and Telly says, "He doesn't need any help." And that was the first lesson he gave me, and last lesson. Now, nobody gave me any advice. It was weird. Peter Hunt told me I was putting on a bit of weight when I did that scene in Portugal. So I ran up and down the beach a couple of times. And that was it. But no one really helped me in acting. I don't know why, because they probably said, "Leave him alone, he's doing what we want to do. And don't confuse him. We might have to think about something." But no, it was hard work. I mean, 9 months, 7 in the morning, I was on every day. And doing second unit as well, because I was doing my stunts. And I'd get a day off.
Did you have a favorite stunt that you did?
A famous what?
Favorite stunt that you did in the movie, or did you hate them all?
I hate them all. They hurt. I remember in the bell room, they had these fake bells but when we started fighting, they flew around and didn't look real. So they put the real ones in there. I got dings all over me. I mean, that was, but I didn't know any better or different. I didn't know what other actors did. A guy had some experience would say, "No, I want the fake ones back." I didn't know you could do that. I remember getting some good lines in. I was getting my per diem, which was $100 a week or something. And Harry was in there. And I said to Harry, "How much did the other fella get?" And he looked at the accountant, and the accountant looked back at him, said, "Tell him, 1,000 a week." And I looked at Harry, I said, "I just went like that." He said, "Okay, give him 1,000. So I piled up all this cash in a briefcase, right? Because there's nothing to spend it on, the bloody amount. So Telly walks past one day, and I got the briefcase open. He said, "Hey, kid, you play poker?" Yeah, you guessed it. He had eaten half that briefcase in about half an hour. And Harry was walking past, and he saw it. And he said, "Move over," and took my place. And he said, "No!" Because Harry used to be a professional gambler. And he lost all his money and gave it up. He took over and put all of my money back in the briefcase and said, "Leave my boy alone."
That was nice.
Yeah, that was good.
George, you're a member of a very exclusive club. Only 5 other actors have played Bond in the Eon series.
That
Over the
many?
years, only 5 others, so it's more exclusive than the Senate.
Well, there's only one when I played.
I know, exactly. Over the years, has your path ever crossed with the late Roger Moore, Sean Connery, any of the others? And what exactly do you guys say to each other? Is there a secret
I'll
handshake
tell you something.
now?
It's a real brag. This one. It's in this film. This Never Happened to the Other Fellow. This guy went to Switzerland, interviewed Roger Moore, and they said, and he asked Roger, "What do you think of George Lazenby?" This is on film. If he'd kept it up, none of us would have been Bond. So it's on film.
And also, for Bond fans of the series, On Her Majesty's Secret Service holds a special place. All these years later, almost 50 years later, why do you think that movie, even though it was your only film, still holds such high regard?
Because of me. No, I mean, it was well written. It's got great music, Louis Armstrong, and it's got good storyline. I mean, what?
It sticks very closely to the novel, as I understand.
Exactly, and it had a good, everyone worked on it, was very good. And meanwhile, the wife didn't last very long, but a lot of guys like that.
Is that at all, that is such a tragic scene, and if we ever get our clip up, we will show this at the end. But I watched it the other morning, and I know what's going to happen, and I had tears in my eyes. Were you sad? Were you cracking up? What was it really like to shoot that scene?
I was trying to be an actor, and really working on being a method actor. for whatever was coming into my mind. And as soon as I did the scene where she was on my lap, dead, tears just flowed out of my face. And Peter Hunt said, "Cut! James Bond doesn't cry. Cut the tears." So I had to do the shot again without the tears.
Because it's hard to watch.
You know, because I would get, anything I know about acting is get in there and do what is happening. And that's why the stuntmen didn't like me too much, because I sometimes just slip and hit one of them. And they got their chins out, they gotta protect themselves, you know, because they're supposed to get hit. Yeah. Anyway, that wasn't funny.
George is quite the comedian. What did you guys think? Make sure to comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. I will get back to every single comment, so let me know. Hope you guys enjoyed part 2, and next week we'll have part 3 coming out on the channel. Stick around for that, and hope you guys enjoy the video.